Hey y'all, what's up? You are now in tune to TNS Bosses Inc. YouTube channel. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share this page. It is off the chain.
What's up, guys? We're back. Welcome to another TNS Bosses Inc. And I got a lot of information to go over, man. And first of all, I want to thank everybody for clicking onto the video, liking, subscribing, whatever. You know what you need to do. Like always, I got the boss with me. Boss, say what's up to the people.
What's the word? What's the word, boss? Good evening, guys. Welcome to the channel. We appreciate you guys being here. Another video, guys. We trying to get the information. As soon as we get it, we drop it like it's hot. You see what I'm saying? So, welcome to the channel, guys. Boss, you good?
Yeah. I'm straight, man. I'm just want to get on this. Like, all right, before I get started, don't forget to go to Motivate for Christ. .com.org to buy your MFC merch. Go to a good cause. This video about to show you guys some cussing in it. I don't cuss, but some cussing in it. But he brings a good point. I sent this video to the boss. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Check it out. Obviously, it's really not playing right now.
Yeah, the volume up.
Yeah. Okay, guys, let me play this video for you guys.
You look around, and when they villainize the small business owner or the medium-sized business owner for being successful, but they glamorize a hedonistic lifestyle with celebrities and make it seem like it's okay for them to be worth fucking $500 million, but not someone who came from the fucking dirt, realize that there's a reason for that. Have culturally pushed out the idea of success because they understand that people without money are easier to control. This is fucking truth. Okay? You guys who out there think that money is a bad thing, or, you hesitate to talk, you are falling victim to the communist ideology. The communist ideology is basically to villainize wins, because if you villainize winning and people become hesitant to show wins, and there's less and less and less wins, guess what people forget how to do? They forget how to motherfucking win. And when they forget how to win, and they forget how to be free, and they forget how to be ambitious, and they forget how to dream, and they forget how to have imagination to solve problems, do you think that they are easier to control or that they are harder?
So, boss,
Yes, sir.
before I get into the style, I know you've seen the video before. What you think about that? What he was saying?
I mean, what I want people to understand that the odds of you being here is like 1 in trillions, right? So God, before you even got here, had a purpose for you. Okay, I'm gonna make this child of mine, and then he's gonna go through life and ups and downs, but he got a purpose, but it's up to him to find that purpose. So we all got that purpose, but it's up to us to find that purpose. But it just so happened where, we live in a world where, you have the evil forces that's against that. They trying to change the narrative and try to, since, being at a young age, they trying to just train you to think in a different way. We all have dreams, we all have ambition and goals, but sometimes, man, when you keep hearing that, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you're gonna start believing in that. But that's where you start taking accountability for yourself and being around like-minded people and start following your dreams, start doing things differently. Because we already know they tell you one thing, but they doing something different. See what I'm saying? So it's all about control. If they can control your mind, dude, then everything else is, they could have. That's why when you free your mind from all types of crazy stuff, you monitor what you're watching, monitor what you're listening to. Now your mindset starting being different. See what I'm saying? Yeah, I know he was cussing a lot in the video, but however way he can get the message across, then it is what it is, you know. But I want people to know that you're worthy, man. You're worthy. You can do it. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't. You know, I'm sorry, but the phone was ringing. You start listening to something for so long, you start believing it. But it's not too late. Mindset.
Yeah, and like I said, whatever you listen to, whatever you do, like I said, you have to go ahead and you have to train your mind, learn more, educate yourself more because it's important. Like I said, if you don't train your mind, they're gonna do it for you. And believe it or not, if you have not recognized it yet, most likely your mind is being trained because you don't see it. You know, just like you got a blindfold on and you just following in line. You don't know where you're going. So you really want to go ahead and turn that blindfold off and take as many blindfolds off at much as you can. What I mean by that is this right here. Try to learn as much as you can learn. You see what I'm saying? And to take the scales off your eyes to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, like I said, me read the Bible shows me a lot of stuff. I put two and two together and I see it, and that's how I start to learn more stuff. But still, it's you have the spiritual war, you got the worldly stuff. So you know what I'm saying? You have to be inclined. You know what I'm saying? You never seen a blind boxer, courting GK Lewis. You never seen a blind boxer. You need to know who you're fighting, know who you're going against, know what's going on. But anyway, let's get into it. We got a lot of news. So right now we have boss. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, we have we record. We have Mason, which is XRP Mason, dealing with Ethereum. We getting on this right quick. Talk about Ethereum a little bit because Ethereum just came out with their new proof of stake. New Ethereum just merged, so everybody was excited about that. But here's the kicker: saying two addresses control 46% of all the Ethereum proof of stake nodes on processing transaction post merging. So you got two Ethereums that's holding two wallets that's holding a lot of Ethereum, boss. I'm gonna go past this stuff, boss, because we got stuff to talk about. So when they merge, guess what, guys? Remember the last video that we showed everyone that Ethereum with Ethereum mining and people who was making money for mining. So apparently on Google, as you can see, can I blow this up? As you can see on your screen, is that the prices of mining equipment dropped tremendously, as you can see. So euros and so 79.99. So it dropped tremendously because it's really no use for it because they're not using mining no more, or maybe there is. So the prices drop. Also, you can see this guy right here. This speaks for itself. Rest in peace, Ethereum miners. So basically, I don't know if you can see it, boss, but like I said, yeah, he just all the mining equipment that he had, and it's a wrap, for Ethereum mining, and also XRP Bagman, Moon Commander. That's my boy. He played TNS video, TNS Boss's video. So shouts out to that boy. Saying that a user paid 36.8 Ethereum in gas fees to mint his first proof of stake NFT on Ethereum. So 36.8 Ethereum, balls. That's how much is that?
That's a whole bunch. That's a whole bunch of money, dude. Because it's every Ethereum is like whatever price it is right now. So you take that 36.7, you multiply it by 1,000 or whatever it is. That's a lot of money.
38. We said 38.8. That's 53. That's $53,000.
Yeah.
No, 36. Yeah, that's 36. Yeah, that's about $49,000.
Yeah.
That he paid just to mint his NFT on Ethereum. Yeah. I'm just flying through this, guys. And this just came in. This came in. This is a guy we're talking about Ethereum. Will the SEC possibly getting sued?
Breaking news! Ethereum may just get sued by the SEC. Why, do you ask? Because they've shifted to proof of stake. It may very well be that they were only given a pardon because they were a proof of work. But once you go to proof of stake and you start sharing consensus and lending and earning staking rewards, well, that could be considered a security by the SEC. And that means that not only Ethereum, but Cardano, Solana, the SEC could be coming for all of you. Not only that, but the lending platforms where you can earn a yield, they could also be coming for that. By the way, XRP does not use a proof of stake consensus mechanism. It uses a validator consensus in a decentralized manner, and the courts will likely decide the fate of XRP, whether it's a settlement or it's an absolute victory in court. But it looks like Vitalik, they might be coming for you. Stay tuned. I'll see you on the moon. To the moon! Follow for more.
Okay. Okay, boss. So I done ran through that, boss. I want to ran through this Ethereum stuff. Like we telling you guys doing the Novatech stuff. Y'all doing all these programs that using Ethereum. You using the USD Tether coin. Using this stuff. I'm telling you guys, once the SEC sue Ethereum, your programs is dead. They're going to probably use Bitcoin, but your programs is dead. Number two, you seen that now they switch over, and with the gas fees is still the same. Ain't nothing changed. This is why we say XRP is the one. You know, but I got some more stuff to talk about. I'll let the boss, what you think about the Ethereum and all that whole mess?
I mean, full disclosure, man. Like, you know, Ethereum, you know, has a lot of potential. You know what I'm saying? It's number 2 on the list for a reason. We're just against the people behind it, the corruption. We're not against the technology. I'm just not on board with the Vitalik and the Joseph Lubin and all those guys. That's, you know, that's been corrupt. That's been doing a lot of things. But at the same token, okay, when they was using the whole proof of work, yeah, they was using a lot of, you know, energy, and it's not good for the environment, because in a world where everybody's trying to go green, trying to be carbon neutral, so they you know, they decided to make that shift. But as soon as they decided to make the shift and go to proof of stake, now they you know, now they possibly might get sued,
They
right?
open
So I feel like,
themselves up.
yeah, I feel like, you know, people need rules, man. Like, and I don't think it's fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on the side of fair. I don't think it's fair. Yeah, Ethereum, they've been doing a lot of bad things. You see what I'm saying? But I don't think it's fair. Now they might get sued, in my opinion. You see what I'm saying? Because I did own some Ethereum, but I stole them all. Okay, I'm not against the technology. I'm against the people that's behind it. But now that they trying to do the right thing, I don't think they should get sued. But if Ripple got sued, why shouldn't they, right? That's what a lot of people are thinking. But it's just like, it's like the Wild Wild West, and we need rules, man. We need rules so people can follow them. That's how I feel about it, boss.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Ethereum, you know, it's coming, man. Because they laughed at the XRP community saying this, and you know, they saying we call us female Americans, and it's good for us and everything. And like I say, you know, the true asset is going to take place. And like I said, where are you going to be when that happens? But anyway, let's get into it some more. We have this right here, guys. Let's go back. Well, we're talking about CNBC Middle East. Banks in Lebanon will close. Lebanon will close next week after a series of hostage and armed depositors attempt to withdraw their money. It's about to get real. This is why we say this is a crisis. Check it out.
Banks across Lebanon will close for 3 days next week. Here's why. Because they're being held up by depositors who want to take out their own money. Lebanese have been blocked from accessing their funds since the onset of the financial crisis in 2019. And since then, the currency has lost well over 90% of its value. People making money in Lebanese pounds rather than fresh dollars have completely lost purchasing power. Public sector workers now don't make enough to survive, and they can't take out their savings due to capital controls. Earlier this week, 2 separate incidents saw armed depositors storm banks across the country and demand access to their funds. Today, there were several separate heists reported across the country, which has forced banks to react. Well over 2/3 of the Lebanese people are currently living below the poverty line, and as the currency continues to depreciate against the dollar, these attempts by armed depositors to take their own money out of banks is a phenomenon that shows the desperation of the people of Lebanon today. Emma Graham, CNBC. Banks.
Okay, this is happening in Lebanon. They said Lebanon money, boss, Lebanon money is down 90%. 90%. Okay, but it just doesn't stop here. It just doesn't stop here. Yeah, 90%, boss. Hold up. Well, we ain't done. I'm trying to run through this thing for you guys. So this is them. Now, this is what's going on. I don't know if the boss you can see, but this is what's going on in Haiti. Haiti has been paralyzed since yesterday following the announcement of the rising of fuel prices. Besides smaller increases in diesel and kerosene, further squeezing the population already struggling with soar cost of living, and the people have hit the streets of Haiti. This is happening, guys, in Haiti because of the fuel prices is high. Also, this is chaos. I'm showing you guys because the name of the video is Chaos is Coming. It's coming to the US. Y'all think it's a game. It's not. Here also, all over the world is happening. Chaos in Haiti following raised fuel prices and high cost of living. Food warehouses looted by populations under the hopeless gaze of the police. Check it out. This is what's going on in Haiti, guys. Also, I have this clip. Also, more than 32,000 people demonstrate several cities in Australia against raising prices in high living costs. Inflation exceeds 9% inflation. The real number is probably higher. The real number is probably higher, and they marching the street in Australia. This is what's happening, boss, in Australia. Need I go on? I'm going to proceed some more. Okay, thousands take the streets in protest against Evergreen Group China, largest real estate company. This is what happening in China when it comes to real estate. This is what's happening in China. Because y'all gotta understand, in China, I think what they was doing, boss, I guess they would go take the loan out, something 5 months, 6 months in advance, but the house wasn't built yet, but they was paying on the house before it's even built. You see? So a lot of you had a lot of foreclosures in China. So they paying on something that they don't even have. So that was the problem. But Also, here we go. And like I said, 10 banks have been robbed just today in Lebanon. Lebanon. I'm messing the damn name up, boss.
What, like talking about Lebanon?
Lebanon, yeah, on Lebanon,
Yeah.
by people who was claiming their money was frozen. Here we go, right here. And this is happening to banks in Lebanon. This is happening all around the world, boss. And I will go ahead and do it like this for everyone so you can see what's going on.
The bail-ins really bother me because after the last bailout, there's legislation passed in the Senate and House that it's illegal to do bailouts, which means bail-ins. The idea that you have money in the bank, everyone takes for granted, but they don't read the fine print to realize they're an unsecured creditor. I'm talking about the United States now. An unsecured creditor to the bank, and it's really the bank's money, believe it or not. And what that means in a banking crisis, and let's say that there is a bail-in, then they have the right legally to take what you consider to be your money. But I would certainly consider owning some cash for a lot of various reasons, electronic failure, cyber attack, bank closure, terrorist act, who knows? I look more toward electrical problems with the grid, perhaps, or cyber attack is the main two that concern me.
These elites share one vision, and they're about to make it a reality. That vision is one world order, one world taxation, and one world money. They've worked for years behind the scenes preparing to realize that vision. They've literally rigged the laws of international finance. Everything is basically in place right now, and there's essentially no way to stop this from happening. When the crisis hits, they'll flip the switch, freezing the global financial system. That will give them time to reset the world economy according to their vision.
If you look into the exercise that they have run this year, I believe they ran it in July. They've been meeting and talking about the cyber pandemic, what it would look like. Essentially, their idea is that they're going to have to sanitize the internet because a bug, think of this as like a coronavirus for your computer, is going to sweep globally. And the only way they're going to be able to stop this bug from infecting everything is to effectively shut down the internet, right? And they were talking about bringing down the power grid in an effort to do this. So imagine the government bringing down the power grid and you would not have access to anything that required an electrical charge.
So, I'm going to let you talk, boss. Something to remember as you watch this fiat Ponzi scheme collapse. Bail-ins are real. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. Not your keys, not your crypto. All these crypto attacks talks, all these cyber attacks talk is not just talk. Pay attention. And this is something what the boss said, not your keys, not your crypto, bail-ins. But I'll let boss go ahead and speak on that.
It's pretty sad, man. To the people out in Lebanon and Haiti and Australia, man, just hold on and be strong, man. Just know that change is coming. With Lebanon, people got their accounts, they frozen, they can't take no money out. You see what I'm saying? I think it's really ridiculous. Like the man just said, in the fine prints, man, nobody read all that stuff, man. And somewhere in there in the fine prints, it's probably clearly stating that, okay, it's the bank money. See what I'm saying? Like he said, it's illegal for the bailout. So when a crisis happens, the first people to get bailout are the banks, right? And then when it's a bail-in, you have the right to use my money for your buffoonery, right? So either way, you winning. It's kind of crazy, man. It's kind of crazy. And in Haiti, man, which is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, man, they've been suffering for a long time, dude. Just 10 years ago, they had an earthquake, a 6.0, whatever it was, just destroyed the whole country, and the people are suffering, man. They're suffering. In Australia, the same thing. All across the world is just to show you that nobody is impenetrable, man. We all can get it. You see what I'm saying? We all can get it, man. So that's why I urge people to stop looking for the government for help. Stop looking for people for help. Start taking accountability for you. You already know you leave the money in the bank, it's not making you no money. Not only that, in a fine print somewhere, it belongs to the bank because the bank gets to lend it out, right? All right, so pay your bills and take the risk with whatever it is that you can afford to, man. Put it in a crypto, XRP, XLM, something. Buy you a ledger, put it on there. You're controlling your own money then. And if you need, I don't know, $200-$300, whatever it is that you may need, put it back on the exchange, sell it, put it in your account. It's your money, but at least you're controlling it. But once you leave it in the bank or you leave it on exchange, they can do whatever they want with it, man. And like I said, people are woke, people are tired, they're fed up, and it's time for a change. And it's kind of crazy how at the expense of us, the innocent people, we the one that got to suffer. Because, Gary Gensler, he's worth $120 million. He's not caring about what's going on in the world, man. But he doing whatever he can to stop you from taking part in a new wealth transfer. That's why I urge people, man, stop playing games because it's happening. Stop watching things that's not going to benefit you. Stop listening to things that's going to corrupt your mind. Start meditating and praying and studying and reading, man, and doing things that's different. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. That's the definition of it. So you got to start changing your ways, your mind, man. Buy gold, XLM, XRP, all the ISO 222 coins. This thing is coming, man. They've been planning it and plotting it for a long time. What are you doing with your 24 hours, man? Either way, this thing is going to happen without you, man. So do something. It's kind of sad, and I don't like that, man. Like, it's crazy, man. People got their money, man. They can't take it out and pay their bills and buy food for their family, dude, and do what they gotta do. But you taking the people money, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. It just don't make no sense, man. But that's the reality, man. That's the world we live in. But until people start waking up and doing things on their own, it's always going to be the same. It's always going to be the same. But I'd rather try, dude, than just to accept the status quo. I'd rather try, man. And we're trying, boss. And everybody else in the crypto class and across the world, some people are trying. But, in a perfect world, it would be nice for everybody to join hands and I'm going to teach you this, and we all teach each other. We hold hands, and we, fighting the man, but that's not the reality of things. So it's sad, but just know that change is coming, guys.
Yeah. So like if all say you got the bail-in, your money is in your account, and it's time for them. The banks need to get bailed out. They're going to take your money that you have in there. Right? Cool. All right. The boss said it all, but let's keep rocking. Well, this is something that I seen, boss. And I'm not too sure about it, but let's see what's going on.
If you read this and you don't go, holy crap, this is absolutely insane. They just removed $1 billion cap on the amount of the pension funds that can be tapped into in case of default to 35 trillion. That is with a T. That is like me taking a credit card and having a $100 limit on it and going, hey, can I increase my credit limit? Oh yeah, sure, to what? 350,000. Wall Street's screwed. They're so over leveraged. This isn't even going to cover all of it. They're screwed. Hey, short hedge funds. Hey, Wall Street, you guys are stupid. You guys are really, really stupid and crooks and frauds. I hate you all. I just want you to know that from the.
So I looked up this article, boss. This got something to do with the pension. And here go right here. SEC green like 35 trillion pension pot for the clearinghouse default. SEC Exchange Commission has removed 1 billion cap on the amount of the pension funds that can be tapped it by the Optional Clearing Corporation, which is the OCC, in case of one of its members default. With respect of the OCC overall liquidity plan and non-bank liquidity facility, so the program reduces the construction of the OCC. So basically what it is, guys, I believe such a pension plan fund insurance company. So basically what it is, guys, is this. I don't know, it's a bailout plan for the banks. Like I say, it's a bailout plan for the clearinghouse. I mean, when I hear the clearinghouse, what comes to mind is, like I said, it's the banks. When we read something back at Boss, when we did about Stellar and the clearinghouse, going with Stellar, which is clearinghouse as well, Fargo and Bank of America and stuff like that, guys. So Citibanks. So if just in case something happened, they could tap into the pension plan possibility. I believe that's what it is. They could tap into the pension plan and they could take at least $35 trillion out of the pension plan. Possibility, I could be wrong. Some people would say it was something else, but for me looking there, I just want to be careful, and it has something to do with this guy say with Wall Street, and you see the market is going down, and we just showed you guys all over the world what's going on with these banks' accounts is getting frozen. The buy-in, they need your money, they would get your money. Right now they talking about the pension plans, boss. You see, so don't take my word for it. I got another clip for you guys. We're not financial advisors. I got to put that out there. You know what I'm saying, boss? Because we just like show you guys. You do your own research, and what I mean by that, do your own research is go back and look at some of the stuff that you've seen on the video, and see if you can read more into it. Who knows? You see what I'm saying? But I got somebody else's video. But what you think about that, boss?
They stealing people money, boss. That's what it boils down to. They stealing people money. They stealing people money that's been worked for 30, 40, 50 years, man. That's exactly what it boils down to, man. Your pension plan is not safe. Your 401k is not safe. Your FRS is not safe. Your 457 comp is not safe. They're not safe. These people are stealing money. First of all, they playing around with your money. And when they lose it, you got to pay for that. Now they turn around and, raising that little cap to like 35 trillion. That's crazy, man. That's insane. Remember, before DeSantis would risk Scott, right? He was the governor. Now this man is worth like over $600 million. That's ridiculous. Why you a public figure or whatever, a public servant, and you worth all that money? The man was worth a couple million because, I guess he had some businesses and some medical business. But when this man was trying to privatize all the prison, it was in his benefit, dude. These people, man, they going around, vote for me, vote, but you're not serving the people, man. You lining your pockets. How do you go into office broke, but you leave rich and the people are still suffering? It's just ridiculous, man. And then there you go, as soon as you get your check, it's taxed. Now you planning on a second check, right? Now you go, you know what? Put as much money away, put as much money as you can away, right? Just so they can play with your money, man. And when you got an emergency, you got something to do, you're trying to get some money, they penalize you, right? So when you take the money, now you got to put it back. And when you take the money out, you cash it out, you got to pay tax on top of it, yo.
Yep.
It is ridiculous, dude. It just don't make no sense. And that's the game these guys have been playing for the longest, man. And it just don't make sense, man. It don't make no sense. That's why, again, take accountability for you. Stop depending on these people, man. Depend on God, depend on your family, depend on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you need to do for you because they don't care, man. If you go down the list, dude, of all these Republicans and Democrats, they all rich, man.
Mm-hmm.
They all rich. They not worrying about you and me, man. They can give a damn about us, dude.
Mm-hmm.
If you die, you're just another black man that just died. And who's next?
Yeah.
And as soon as you screw up, go to jail. We're gonna lock you away, man.
Yeah. If you
They do not care, dude.
Yeah. But like I say,
They
boss,
taking people money, man.
they take
They taking people money,
and that's what I
man.
say. Is it safe? Is your pension plan safe? Well, let's get into
Nah,
it, man.
nah.
Let's get into it, boss. I'm just boss. Hey, boss, I'm just providing information. That's it, boss. You know, that's all I'm doing. Well, let's see what my boy say. He go Rob, boss. He go Rob. There go your boy right here. Let's see what he say about pension plans.
Market crash is accelerating. So those with 401ks are going to go to 101ks. And if your pension's been looted, I mean, the stock market also affects most pensions. Is that correct, Ted?
Absolutely. And so two things I just want to say. The first thing I want to say at the get-go is there is this notion that your pension has been promised to you. That's just not so. That promise is worth whatever,
the words.
Yeah, the words. And even the words are the person who's promised you that pension will later tell you they never meant to promise it. It really wasn't a promise. We didn't really mean promise. So it's not even worth the word. But the first thing people need to understand, because they always come to me and say, Ted, how can they do this? They promised me. For 30 years, I worked for the Screen Actors Guild. For 30 years, I worked for the Ohio State Teachers. And then at age 75, they tell me my promised retirement security is an illusion. So that's the first thing to understand. The second thing, and to your point, is pretty much all these government pensions around the country have a June 30th fiscal year end. So we are now in the last, since June 30th, we have begun to hear their performance for the last year. And it's terrible.
Yeah,
this is August. As terrible as it is, it's actually worse. But we're hearing this everywhere from Norway to California. Pension funds across the world are disclosing historic losses, the deepest losses since the 2008 meltdown.
So, Ted, would you mind for edification? Again, you starts with your
losses on.
I'm gonna skip to this other part which I guys to hear this dealing with the pension plan.
Private equity and these opaque, secretive investors, they're not marking them to market. So when American pensions, your state pension fund says they lost 6%, that's not the true number. The number is probably double, maybe triple that. So to their credit, the financial press is getting that. They are saying in a lot of these articles, CalPERS announces losses of 6%, but then they say, but this does not include losses on certain other. So I don't really know because
not the truth.
Apples to oranges, but I know that many of the foreign pensions are being more honest about how bad things are than America's politically driven state pensions are.
So as a closing statement, let's talk about CalPERS, because a lot of people don't know it. That's the one I watch the most. What is CalPERS?
Well, CalPERS is the largest public pension largest government pension in the United States. It's the California Public Employees Retirement System.
And who are they supposed to fund?
Well, they're state workers other than school teachers, and their local pensions that some of their money is at CalPERS as well. But CalPERS used to be known as the biggest and best managed pension in the country. But then over the last 20 years, they have gone through scandal after scandal.
So guys, I just wanted you guys to hear that. Check out Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad channel. You know, to catch that whole interview. I listened to the whole thing when I was running my 5 miles. But basically what he was saying, boss, and the whole thing is that your pension plan is not safe. You know, they can get that anytime. And what he was saying in the video, boss, was that, you know, the airline at the time, they took the whole airline pension plan and by the age of 60 or 50. So what I'm saying to you guys is this, is that I'm kind of chill about it. But what I'm saying to you guys is like this. If you're working inside a jail, you're working on the road like a law enforcement, correction officer, teachers, whatever that's on the pension plan, you have to understand is that they about to reset this thing. Understand they about to reset this thing, right? So what is going on is that I want you to think about it. Will your pension plan be there in the next 15 years? Would it be there? You see, this is the problem. Because he said that in this video, he was saying that people thought they was going to be there when he was trying to be a pilot. And then when it came for the retirement, the crash happened, something happened, and they got wiped out. You see, people who just getting started, I want you to put it in perspective. They said they want to dip in $35 trillion in the pension plan. Possibility, I could be wrong, I'm not a financial advisor, that they can take that money out your pension, you know, and give it to the banks for them to go ahead and use it to save them. Or possibility that take that money out of pension, probably boost up the stock market, whatever they need to do to save America. The money that you're working for, they need it. Because you just see the buy-in, they will take your money without even letting you know. You can't get your money out the bank. You see, boss, you got to understand that what they did, boss, is that for retirement, they gave the people like a high risk 30 years and gave people low risk 35 years. You see, and I just can't find out what. Well, you know, if you work in law enforcement, they did the drop program. They added an extra 3 years. So I had a conversation with my friend. I said, man, they're trying to kill y'all. Y'all don't see that? They're trying to kill y'all. So if you start, like I say, when at 25, boss, if you do 30 years on top of doing another 8 years, you know what I'm saying? You start 25, you're almost 65, 60 some years old when you could actually leave. Go ahead, boss. They try to kill y'all. They need y'all to keep working. They don't want you to get this information. They don't want you to take your money out and put it in assets, gold, silver. They don't want you to put it in there. You know why they want that? Because they need you to keep working. They need you in the position. And most of them scared. Y'all scared because you scared of losing. You scared to know. You rather be comfortable with they rather be comfortable, boss. And all means, you got family, you got kids. All means, do what you gotta do. You see what I'm saying? But you know, without the sacrifices, I don't know what you think, boss.
I mean, you said they trying to kill us. They trying to kill them, right? And that's exactly what they're doing, boss. Now remember, the FRS, it stands for Florida Retirement System, right? So now to get into it, if you get into it, law enforcement correction officer is 30 years, right? Then a drop is like another 5 years. Then you just said that they added another 3 years. So that's a total of 38 years, 40 years that you're doing. So if you get in at 25, 26 years old, which is normal for the average person to get into, by the time you retire is 66. Now you telling me that by the time I retire, that money is not there. because all these years you've been playing with it, you know what I'm saying, trading it, but by the time I get to it, it's not there, right? But at the same token, the FRS have this thing, you know, where 5 years after you retire, because through the years you accumulated stress and all that crazy stuff, 5 years after you retire, they expect you to die.
Yep.
They expect you to die 5 years after you retire.
Yeah.
So either way, your money is not safe.
Yep.
Everything is correlated to the stock market, guys. Everything is correlated to the stock market. When you buy a stock on the computer digitally, it's showing that you own that stock. But what happens to the certificate? Have you ever questioned that? They have a company custodying that certificate. The same thing when you buy a car. You don't own the title just yet.
Until you pay it off.
Till you pay it off. Same thing when you buy a house. You don't own the house yet. You don't own the deed to the house.
Yeah.
But you got 30 years to pay. By the time you're done paying it, it's like you bought 2 houses, 3 homes with inflation and all that stuff. By the time you paid off that car, it's like you bought 4 cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I said, man, either way, you're losing, man.
Yep.
Either way, you're losing. So why not take...
It's TNS Bosses Inc., man. We're gonna tell you the truth. It's not. There ain't no other way. I'm trying to sleep at night. GZ's all that. You see what I'm saying, boss? The Bible says this right here: you a slave to who you owe. You see what I'm saying? And you gotta understand, man. You know, their financial freedom. They want to control you, man. The man just said, man, with the buy-in, with the pension plan, that if they need to take your money, they're gonna take your money. And then, like I said, chaos is coming. And when I say that, is that you see all over the world, is that all this stuff is happening. You think about it. Now, all this stuff is happening. It's going to spill over here. When they come over here, and they freeze accounts, all these people in law enforcement, the people who's working inside corrections, all this stuff going to be real busy. They are already short-staffed already. What you think is about to happen is that it's going to be crazy. Riots is going to happen because they freeze the account. You know, people got to eat, boss. You see what I'm saying? What y'all think is going to happen, man? Take your cash out. Keep you some cash out. Gold. We're not telling you this for a reason. For no reason, man. This is what's going on. We're not financial advisors, but just in case of this stuff happening, you can't say that you didn't know. You see, like a hurricane, you know, I don't know. Well, anyway, boss, any last word, boss? I got to get to the other video, man.
I got nothing, boss.
Well, I hope this is informative for you guys. You have to understand what's going on. You know, always like and subscribe, you know, if you like the message or the, you know, the video content, you know. Until next time, TNS Bosses Inc., we out of here. Peace out.
All right, thank you for watching TNS Bosses Inc. If you like the content displayed, don't forget to tap that like and subscribe button ASAP.